And it's Bourbon Blog Live, coming to you a little bit earlier than usual for your Friday afternoon. It's like a happy hour, and it's always a happy hour whenever I see my good friend Trey Zoeller, founder of Jefferson's Bourbon. And today is the first day. It is your inaugural. It's your release. It's the first ever single barrel of Jefferson's Reserve, right?
You got it. Well, it's not the first single barrel of Jefferson's Reserve, but it is the first release of the 100 proof.
100 proof of the 100.
We're only doing in single barrels.
Only doing the 100 proof single barrel. All right.
You got it. And as I say, release, we sold them today over in Crestwood, Kentucky at our distillery, Kentucky Artisan Distillery. So we were pumped about doing that. The rest of the product's going to be shipped out in single barrels for the foreseeable future, at least. So pretty pumped about it.
Excellent. Well, congratulations. I'm having a sip right now. A lot of people went over to Kentucky Artisan Distillery to get themselves a bottle. Do you still have a few bottles there?
Still have some left. Still there.
Some left. So if you get a chance to stop by Kentucky Artisan Distillery, they're in Crestwood, Kentucky. That's the first place you can get a bottle, but this bottle will be available.
It'll be nationwide to people who bought a single barrel. So we've been sending out samples for the last few months. We've got a lot of pre-orders out there and ready to ship. So, the demand to have a higher proof Jefferson's Reserve is, it's echoed in my ear all the time. And so I had no idea that it would end up at 100 proof, but I really wanted to find where it balanced out, where you've got the most flavor and the most complexities that can come out without being overpowered by the astringency of the alcohol. So it landed at 100 proof. Who knew? And you're tasting it right now. What do you think?
I love it. And though it is 100 proof, and it has that nice warm power of the 100 proof, to me that it's smooth. It has a mouthfeel of something probably slightly lower for me because I do like higher proof bourbons, but the characteristics, some of those signature hallmark characteristics we love on Jefferson's, the elegance, the sugars, kind of some nice creme brulee there. Beautiful, just really through and through, really lovely single barrel. What do you like about it? What are your favorite parts of this?
I like the spice in it. As you said, it's got great mouthfeel. It's got great weight on it. I love that. I love the finish that comes back and stays warm on your chest. It's big. It's got a lot of flavors.
Yes, it is a big flavored bourbon. And if you want to ask Trey any questions, I see a lot of people watching us live, and thank you for watching us on Twitter, YouTube, and Facebook, and also on Bourbon Blog Live. Make sure you're following all of these wherever you're watching it from. Ask your questions down below if you have a question about anything Jefferson's related. For Trey, we're always happy to have him on and chat a little bit of bourbon. And again, in the history of Jefferson's, this is the first one that's ever been 100 proof.
You got it. I've always said that just changing age and proof is not something that I'm really interested in. I did do that here because we've had such demand for a higher proof. So this is actually our first release at being part of the Pernod Ricard.
Excellent.
So we do, the only thing that we've done over 100 proof prior to that are some of our ocean cast strength voyages.
Yes.
So that we also do in single barrels. So I love how this turned out. I'm really, really happy with it. Love that it's got such big flavors that could come out and still maintain that Jefferson's kind of balance that it's known for.
Yes, it is. It is delicious, and again, you can find Jefferson's single barrels across the country, and those are going to be in partnership in conjunction with liquor stores that have selected them. That'll be really a brand new thing under this particular Jefferson's Reserve single barrel, right?
You got it. You got it. And we've got those barrels out right now. We've got our Jefferson's Ocean Wheated barrels out right now.
Yes.
And we've got a few more coming down the pipe. So I'm pretty excited about that.
You've done some single barrel picks for Ocean before? Or single?
Yeah,
right.
sure.
We've
done those for the last few years in cast strength, wheated, and our regular Ocean voyages.
Excellent.
So, yeah.
I've definitely tried some wonderful accounts that have had their own Ocean. Is this program, the single barrel, something that's going to be ongoing for accounts we'll be seeing more and more of?
Correct. We kind of readjusted everything once we became part of the Pernod Ricard portfolio, and took a small breather from barrels, but we are back in, and we're back in with a lot of enthusiasm. So we're going to have quite a few different barrels out, and we'll have those out at all times. So that's going to be great. I'm really pumped about that. Our next one is a new product that we have coming out. I can't tell you too much about it, except it will be launching March 1st. It is a rye. We're doing some different things to it. It turned out it's absolutely delicious, and we'll be selling that in single barrels as well.
So this is all we know so far is it is a rye, and it is going to be coming out in March 1st from Jefferson's. And
you got it.
This will be your first rye in a little while, or how long?
I think 8 years, Tom. You know, I think it's been 8 years since we last had our 10-year-old rye, and I wanted to come out with something that we could be really proud of. We tried a number of things that didn't quite meet the high water mark that we were looking for, because the 10-year-old rye was so great.
Yeah, and
this is one that I think we really knocked out of the park. I'm really pleased with. So can't wait to get that out.
Obviously, a lot to look forward to this year. And you released, I know we've had you on several times the last 10, 11 months since we've been doing the Bourbon Blog Live. You've released a couple of voyages this past year too, right? From Ocean.
You bet. Yeah. Well, we did, again, those 3 voyages, the wheated voyage,
the 3
cast strength, and then our regular Ocean voyage. So yeah. And Ocean is it's like a snowball going downhill. It's just getting more and more momentum. We just bought 7 new containers.
Wow.
To fill up and put on the Ocean. So we're preparing. Hopefully the growth will not only maintain where it is today, but continue to pick up momentum. So
we've always enjoyed the Ocean ever since the very beginning, and we've hosted a number of virtual tastings, and I've always recommended people get that one as one to try. People are loving it. So much good feedback on the Ocean. When you say you purchase new containers, as far as the growing that, explain what that means a little bit.
Okay, so what we do is we age our bourbon for 6 to 8 years, in the original barrel. Then we put it in cradles, and those cradles go into containers that we ship down to Savannah and put them on a container ship. So we're contracted to be on the very top of the bow of the ship, so it gets as much pitch as possible. We cut big sunroofs in them, so to speak. So they are, exposed to all the elements. The sun's beating down on it, rain, snow, you name it. So that salt air permeates the barrels and gives it that great salty taste to it. And then, that pitch makes that bourbon rock within the barrel so much.
The very top, where the most movement is happening, seeing the most number of elements, the sun, the sea, everything. And as you purchase more containers, that means you're growing the number you're putting out there. The number of barrels just continues to grow. What else do those cargo? I think people have asked me, what else do those cargo ships deliver whenever they're out on the ocean? Any idea?
I have no idea, but I can imagine that it's everything from tires to nails to iPhones to keyboards. Everything that's shipped. We've got a very unique route.
Yep.
When we did this, we wanted to circumnavigate the globe, and they're like, "Okay, no problem. We can do that in 60 days." Like, all right. We want to take the slow boat to China. So we stop at 30 ports. It kind of zigzags the globe. It goes down all the way around Australia. So it's down in the Tasmanian Sea. It goes back up to the North Sea and then crosses the equator 4 times. So you get such great climate change that it really affects the bourbon. So
wow. And it's there on the ocean for how long?
Well, it takes about 8 months from the time it leaves our door till it comes back.
It comes back.
So,
That's an awfully good journey. Again, any questions for Trey, ask them down below. We're talking about a lot of different bourbons, but especially this new Jefferson's Reserve single barrel. Now, as we may see, a variety of different, whether they're spirit stores, liquor stores, maybe even restaurants that have a barrel of this. How would you describe the way that the variance of the flavors are? I mean, there's always going to be that signature flavor, but what excites you about the different single barrels that you've been tasting?
I've had some that they're like caramel bombs. I mean, it brings that flavor out so much. Others that have been very spicy. So it's kind of an elegance and a spice, and I like either depending on the occasion.
Right.
So, but there, anytime you have a single barrel like this, you really do get such variety in some of the barrels. It has the general tone, but you can really pick out those that you like more. And then at the 100 proof, that even is, it's more evident.
Yeah, that extra proof really allows people to dive in more to your flavors and to really see you said the caramel bomb and other spices. And this one has some great caramels. It's really beautiful. Again, some bottles still left there at Kentucky Artisan Distillers. If you are in the Louisville, the greater region, definitely stop by and get one of those bottles. The price on this is
$59.99. So it's only $10 more than our typical Jefferson's Reserve, suggested retail, which I think is a hell of a price. It's a hell of a value. Really. So people are asking me if that's $100+ a bottle. So you're getting a great value, and I think it'll come through.
It really is. It is delicious. A great value. And after you go through this round, will you have other single barrels available at the distillery?
You bet. So what we really do, what we're selling at the distillery, is after we bottle up all the barrels, if we don't make a complete case. So if we do 36 cases and 4 bottles, those 4 bottles we'll put off to the side and sell those through the distillery store.
Wow. So you'll be seeing new releases from time to time consistently of the single barrel program. Another good reason to stop into Kentucky Artisan Distillery to actually experience that new single barrel that's out there on the shelf.
You got it. Absolutely. So, the great thing is you might have 4 different single barrels to choose from at the shelf.
4 different types that you would actually have at one time.
Correct. Yeah.
That's
could be more than that even.
Nice. So we have this new release, and we have another one coming in March, which we'll definitely be letting you know more about on BourbonBlog.com. Keep on coming back here for this. And after this interview is over, also, if you're a podcast fan, we'll have the audio up on anchor.fm/BourbonBlog with the interview with myself and Trey Zoeller. Trey, it's so good to see you, and I know you have so many great things happening there. Anything else you want to mention that you might see this year from Jefferson's?
No, I think we've got a lot of great things going. Don't forget, we're open for tours Thursday through Sunday. Actually, February 1 will start again Wednesday through Sunday. We will open as soon as COVID lets up a little bit, our barrel tasting shack, which is right next to our warehouses. So I'd love to start hosting people there and having a little fun.
And I remember I saw that once when I was there with you. It's called the Barrel Tasting Shack.
That's correct.
And that's going to be really a new experience for people to come back to.
You bet. I'm also calling that Little Danny's Playroom. Dan Burke, who is our chief barrel officer, who's in charge of the single barrel program, that's where he does all his magic. So Little Danny's Playhouse is the
it's the Playhouse. Little Danny's Playhouse, or the Little Shack. Trey, look forward to hopefully seeing you again and in person, having a bourbon coming by Crestwood, Kentucky, there at Kentucky Artisan Distillery. Again, it is the new Jefferson's Reserve single barrel. This is the release day of it. You can get yourself a bottle if you're close to Crestwood, Louisville, around that area of Kentucky. Go get a bottle. It's delicious. It's just, there's so much going on in this from those tobacco notes, spicy notes, the caramels, and just that wonderful 100 proof. I mean, this is so good by itself. I would imagine this would also be just dynamite in a cocktail too. I mean, it's so good.
We had them in old fashions the other day, and it really helped. It was beautiful. Yeah, it's really good.
Good stuff.
So, I appreciate you having me on. I've got to get ready for my twins' birthday party tonight.
Happy birthday to your twins. That's very exciting.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Let the games begin.
Let the games. Cheers, Trey. Thanks so much for everybody watching. Thanks, Trey.
You got it, Tom. Thanks so much. Take care.
You.